Hello, Pally.
Today is March 15th, 2019.
InFocus starts right now. Pally Feeders Guys and Dolls continues its second week.
Strike en masse around the globe.
Students strike en masse around the globe to make their voice on climate change heard.
And we will take a look at a student-run business that gives some Pally students valuable work and life experience.
All that and more is coming up on today's show. Welcome to InFocus. I'm Derek Dong.
And I'm Jason Goldie.
There's a lot going on around campus.
Here's some important announcements from today's campus bulletin.
Pally Cheer and Dance is holding 2 open practices for students to learn their routines and see what cheer entails. The practices will be held on March 26th and 28th, with the actual tryouts being the week of Monday, April 15th. Prom tickets are now on sale at ASB Web Store or Ms. Giffin's office in the Tower Building. Ticket sales end March 27th. Pally Feeders Guys and Dolls continues its second week. Tonight's performance starts at 7:30 p.m., with performances also being held on March 16th at 7:30 p.m., as well as a Sunday matinee at 2 p.m. Tickets for students and seniors are $10, and regular admission is $15. Sophomore interested in attending Camp Unity have an available opportunity. Pally will be hosting Challenge Day, a mini Camp Unity on campus for sophomores this year. If you are interested in attending, stop by the Wellness Center to learn more.
The City of Palo Alto is looking for Sister City ambassadors. Neighbors Abroad is now accepting applications for its summer exchange program with students from Oaxaca, Mexico. Applications are due by March 31st and can be completed at the link on the screen. Students that are considering a school with a Greek system and have questions, concerns, or want information on sororities, students interested are invited to have tea and learn more. RSVP by March 20th to the email on screen, lynn-brown@yahoo.com.
Moving on now from what's going on around campus to what's happening in the world and locally today.
Let's take a look at what's topping today's headlines in today's News Minute.
The mosque shootings in Christchurch, New Zealand, are having impacts near and far. 49 people were killed and 20 injured. A 28-year-old man has been charged with murder and 2 other people are in custody as police try to determine if they're involved. Islamic centers in LA, New York, and Chicago began increasing security Friday out of an abundance of caution. This is video of the Islamic Center of Southern California in Los Angeles. Law enforcement officials are telling people not to be alarmed. An account believed to belong to the gunman posted a link to an 87-page white nationalist manifesto online, filled with anti-immigrant and anti-Muslim sentiments, as well as explanations for an attack in the manifesto. He identifies himself as a white man born in Australia and lists the white nationalists who have inspired him. He's expected to appear in court Saturday morning local time.
President Trump issued the first veto of his presidency today at a televised signing at 12:54 p.m. today. The veto blocks the passing of legislation passed this week by the House and Senate to block his declaration of a national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border. Senators voted Thursday 59-41 to pass the resolution of disapproval blocking Trump's declaration. 12 GOP senators broke rank and voted with all the Democrats. The measure passed the House last month, 245 to 182.
Organizers say it could be one of the largest environmental protests in history. Today, thousands of students walked around the world to protest climate change. The demonstrations span more than 1,500 cities and towns in more than 100 countries. Strikes are planned in nearly all 50 states in the U.S. and in countries like Australia, New Zealand, India, Israel, Kenya, Italy, and France. According to a 2018 report from the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, world leaders only have 11 more years to avoid disastrous levels of global warming. If human-generated greenhouse gas emissions continue at the current rate, the planet will reach 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels as soon as 2030. Pally is also joining with students all over the world in making their voices heard on climate change issues.
Students have organized a climate change rally today right after school.
To participate, students should gather at the stage on the quad at 2:50, followed by a walk to the Pally sign, which will begin around 3 o'clock. Now moving on from the future of the world to the past, here's your daily dose of history. Beware the ideas of March was the warning issued to Julius Caesar. And as we are now in the Ides of March, let's talk about some backstabbing, literally. Today in 44 BC, Julius Caesar, the dictator for life of the Roman Empire, was murdered by his own senators at a meeting in a hall next to Pompey's theater. The conspiracy against Caesar included Caesar's own protege, Marcus Brutus. Caesar was surrounded by senators holding daggers. Servilius Casca struck the first blow, hitting Caesar in the neck and drawing blood. The other senators all joined in, stabbing him repeatedly.
Getting hands-on experience is one of the best ways to learn.
And some students from the Palliative Features class are getting plenty of hands-on experience in operating a business.
Ori Nurpaz has more.
Many teachers are unaware of an opportunity to purchase delicious treats and the morning coffee that they need to get through their busy day from students at Pally. Rise and Grind operates a fully functional coffee shop out of the Mac Kitchen. Teachers in need of caffeine, as well as pastries and other beverages, may visit during first period to get their fix.
So students are really working on, customer service, all the soft skills at each station. So a barista station, making lattes, cappuccinos, etc. Cashier. We also have a delivery station. So I have a student that checks the email. So if anybody wants to order online, riseandgrindpally@gmail.com. You can put your order in. You can have it delivered for those teachers that don't have a first period prep. They can't make it here.
The students within the Rise and Grind program are learning crucial life skills while serving the teachers of the Pally community.
Well, I just make lattes and cappuccinos.
Same for me. I also make a latte and cappuccino. My favorite job, last semester I worked as cashier, and last year I was also good at French press.
My favorite job is do the latte and cappuccino. Also, I like to do the French press from last year.
In its early stages, the Rise and Grind program got a lot of support from many members of Pally's dedicated staff, like Mr. Kendall, to get to the place it is today.
When I first started it was in my classroom, but then the mat got built, and so Mr. Kendall was really awesome and helped to kind of bring me in here. So I think just the facilities, I think the community, the Pally teachers are super supportive. We have regular customers that come in every time we're open.
Many teachers, like Mr. Wilson, get coffee from Rise and Grind on a regular basis.
I go in most days when they're there and order a large coffee with room for cream. I'm not super fancy about my coffee, so I actually just get the French press while I'm there, and it's actually one of the best coffees I think I've ever had in my entire life.
With such positive testimonials, Rise and Grind participants have every reason to be proud of themselves and their work.
I want to know, I make the best lattes and cappuccinos with almond milk or regular milk, and the teacher said they taste really good.
For InFocus, I am Ori Nurpaz.
I always love a good cup of coffee, but do you know who else loves a good cup of coffee? Anthony Hsu, Hero Sports.
Boys JV lacrosse played an intense game against MA, but ultimately lost with a score of 10-12. Girls varsity lacrosse also lost to MA with the end score of 5-15. In a nail-biting match, boys varsity lacrosse scored 7 points, but lost in a slim margin against MA. The score was 7-8. At 4 p.m., JV baseball will be at bat at Homestead, while varsity baseball will remain at home base, also playing against Homestead. At 5:30 p.m., boys JV volleyball will bump, set, and spike against Gunn, followed by boys varsity volleyball at 6:45 p.m.
Hopefully the teams do better today, Jason. At least it looks like weather will agree with them.
The sun has been shining and I sure have been loving it. Let's get a quick check of today's weather.
Right now it's 65 degrees and partially cloudy. It should be great weather for those of you participating in the climate change rally after school.
And the weekend is shaping up to be great too, with highs reaching the 70s and plenty of sunshine.
Well, that does it for today's episode.
Be sure to visit our website to check out all episodes, check the bulletin, or to send us an email.
Until next time, have a great day, Pally.